The chameleon is a monster with an appetite.
Has magical powers if you
can shapeshift to look like anyone.
Mr. Lee, isn't...
Dragon Warrior's work is never done. Poe has faced demons.
Calm down, Ping.
Who is she to... She's just some bug-eyed, power-hungry...
It's like a criminal can't make an honest living.
She could be at this very table.
E.B.
Don't say it.
I
spoke out of turn.
Sorry, chameleon.
One being squeezed. As this reptilian runt wanted, as close as the scent.
No.
Don't worry. Me. I forgive.
Getting too fathom. Jump.
I'll expect your tributes, but...
Is Panda. To take down an evil sorceress?
One evil sorceress bee.
We pay her half the money we swindle.
Nuts! She's a shapeshifter. Or you're the chameleon.
The chameleon.
I said don't say.
By preying upon the weak, power-hungry.
What else could you possibly want?
To increase this month's tribute.
I mean, no disrespect.
The blatant disrespect. Say I have the memory.
I pushed you too far.
As news of the chameleon, a power-hungry shape-shifting sorcerer, spreads throughout the valley, everyone becomes afraid. Ping and Lee make an effort not to worry about Poe until they finally give up and admit that they fear for his life. At that time, they come together and set off on a separate journey to assist their child. In Juniper City, various criminal leaders express their dissatisfaction at having to give the chameleon a big amount of their revenue. Some, very disgruntled, claim she is manipulating thief, claims over half their share of hard-earned revenue. They are horrified to discover that she is among them in disguise before introducing herself. As the chameleon transforms into an elephant and pushes one of the bosses down the stairs in response to the disrespect she believes she is receiving, before increasing their portion of revenues to 60%. The chameleon scene adds a different point of view to Kung Fu Panda 4. Later, the chameleon shapeshifts into an elephant and confronts the crime lords that was bad-mouthing her.
You too far.
We're making a big mistake. It's so good to have you. My friend. Don't want to know. You get us out of this safe. No bullshit.
No one has told me what
Great job, Archie. Mistake. Do you have anything like it? I'm crying out loud. I must be believing him. I don't either.
Oh, jar?
Hey kids, let's learn some. I was just a thing to put aside. So we did it all.
Pixar Animation's 2015 successful original film Inside Out was an enormous hit. Though I see why many people would rank it among the many iconic Pixar films, I can't say I was as fond of it. A follow-up made perfect sense. Since Riley, the adolescent, was just going to become bigger, there would inevitably be more chances to see more emotional adventures. Puberty, the next natural step for her, is delivered in Inside Out 2, which leads to yet another crazy journey inside her head. But the outcomes didn't exactly make me feel the way I had hoped. It's an unimpressive outcome, but it's still enjoyable in certain places and undoubtedly pleasing for those who are more in line with Riley, coming from a company that usually matches the scowls in response to rumors of a sequel with excellent follow-ups. Riley, Kensington Tallman, filling in for Caitlin Diaz, has just turned 13 and is about to start high school in this sequel, which takes place soon after the events of the previous movie. In terms of fostering Riley's strong sense of self, actualized as a luminous MacGuffin, her emotions, joy, Amy Poehler, sadness, Phyllis Smith, anger, Lewis Black, fear, Tony Hale, and disgust, Liza Lapira, are all in harmony. Aside from mocking attempts to have adults cry uncomfortably next to their children, I will admit that Inside Out 2 touches on a few themes related to anxiety and how it may interact with other emotions such as joy, sadness, fear, etc. Maybe some more work keeping these people close together might have produced some more insightful scenes.
You're under arrest.
I didn't want to. See why I didn't. I'm a murderer.
Just breathe. Scan this mess. Join the club.
A portal emerges, allowing Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, Oscar Isaac to emerge. Despite his own set of abilities and capabilities, he must rely on his virtual assistant Lila, Greta Lee, to call for help. Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, Issa Rae, a pregnant superhero, appears. Together, the three defeat Vulture. George then appears and attempts to arrest Gwen, compelling her to expose her true identity to him. Even when she explains herself, George attempts to arrest. Miguel captures George and hands Gwen a wrist gadget that allows her to move between realities. Gwen stares at her father one last time before joining Miguel and Jess.
Miss Lady. And you, there she is. Don't recollect if I've ever met. Hello there, lady. Oh, what here? Life is quite complete. What a day. Tony's. Oh, that's it. No bullshit. You want your brother? Good. For wisecracks, I've got to get you out. You must. Hi, gals. How's pickings? Hollers does for excitement. Ah, good morning, lad.
It's something I've done. Wait, my first...
Down, lady, down. Dog.
He's never called me that before.
Humans, after all.
A couple known only as Jim Deere and Darling are having Christmas in a tiny American town around the start of the 20th century. When Darling gets a puppy, a cocker spaniel she names Lady, she is ecstatic. As time goes by, Lady's owners take good care of her and enjoy having her around. She receives a collar with a license at 6 months. The lady then pays a visit to Jock and Trusty, two nearby dogs. Old Trusty is a bloodhound, while Jock is a Scottish terrier. After congratulating her on her new license, the two run off to welcome Jim Deere, who has returned from his job. After some time has passed, Jock and Trusty visit Lady one day and discover that she is despondent. Lady reveals that Jim Deere and Darling appear to have experienced some sort of incident. She goes on to say that Jim Deere called her that dog the day after she returned home. On June 22, 1955, Lady and the Tramp was successfully released at the box office. Lady and the Tramp was chosen by the Library of Congress in 2023 to be preserved in the United States National Film Registry because it was culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant.
One show on TV was... The show was cancelled. Hollywood... Where is he now? Balthazar Black.
They're closing fast.
On the ground! He's getting in the way!
What do you do?
We can make it! Get ready for what? How you doing? Villain to world's worst agent? Alpha team, the diamond is secure! Through! It's not over! Yeah? Happy birthday! Bad boy! Leave! Brad got away and get the big breakfast. Your new leader is coming.
Excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. We understand. Yeah, what we do here.
Okay,
You're gonna have to fire me, sister.
You do have to do that. I know how much... I love the combination. Today,
Your jobs real soon.
himself in carbonite. What? Let's hear another word about it. He was concerned that during... Oh, Kyle, stop. No, you got to be...
The film opens with a reporter discussing former child star Balthazar Brat, Trey Parker. He was the lead in the successful TV series Evil Brat, in which he played a young inventor and criminal genius. Unfortunately for Brat, reaching puberty caused the program to be terminated, and as his reputation faded, he lost his mind, believing himself to be a wicked monster. The reporter wonders where Brat will strike next. Brat and his robot henchman, Clyde, Andy Nyman, are staking out a ship transporting the world's biggest diamond. Brat starts his robbery song as he prepares to grab the diamond. As he approaches the ship, he places self-inflating bubblegum traps on its guards. Gru, Steve Carell and Lucy, Kristen Wiig, as well as minions Jerry and Tim, Pierre Coffin, are pursuing him. Brat's gum allows the ship to float in the air, allowing him to grab the diamond. Lucy transports Gru from the ocean to the ship. Gru and Brat engage in a dancing battle until Gru obtains the diamond from him. Brat then pulls out his keyboard, which produces a tremendous shockwave that forces Gru's garments to fly off, leaving him dangling off the side of the ship by the gum, allowing Brat to escape. He is spotted by a group of workers at an office who are celebrating his birthday. Gru and Lucy are on their way to the Anti-Villain League headquarters. Director Silas Ramsbottom, Steve Coogan is retiring, and Valerie D. Vinci, Jenny Slate will take his position. Her first move is to dismiss Gru for allowing Brat to escape after reclaiming the gem. Lucy supports Gru, saying that if he is dismissed, they must also terminate her. Gru and Lucy are thrown from the AVL airship. When Gru and Lucy come home, they discover that the girls Margot, Miranda Cosgrove, Edith, Dana Geyer, and Agnes, Nev Sharrell have set up a backyard honeymoon because Gru and Lucy never had the opportunity to go on one. The two then unwillingly explain to the girls that they were both fired, but they are not deterred and pledge to get back on their feet shortly. Gru rushes down to his lab and discovers the minions assembled there. Now that they know he is no longer with the AVL, the minions want to return to villainy. Gru informs them that they will not do so, particularly since Dr. Nefario has frozen himself in carbonite, Han Solo style. Mel, one of the minions, then shows a slideshow comparing and contrasting how much better their and Gru's life were as criminals versus now that Gru is a family guy. The minions leave and join Mel to engage in some wicked shenanigans, leaving just Jerry and Tim behind because they were not there for the uprising. A famous diamond expert travels to Paris to inquire about the status of the pink diamond that Brat attempted to take. Then the expert takes off his mask to expose his true identity, that of Brat. He subdues the guards and the curator of the museum before stealing the diamond. Gru discovers Brat taking the diamond in the newspaper item he reads in the morning. Subsequently, Gru discovers that Agnes is parting with her toys, encompassing her cherished unicorn doll. She informs Gru that since her parents are unemployed, she is attempting to assist.